dating apps,
No matches?
Oh, another match.
Why can't I get a match?
first dates,
It's a date!
Like, as a date?
relationship advice,
I've had a few relationships gone bad.
and more.
Okay, yo, you're gonna love this.
Let's talk dating with Brock Olson.
Hits 96, Chattanooga's #1 hit music station. And joining me here in studio, we have Chattanooga-based dating expert Brock Olson. Brock, this is pretty cool. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me in the studio today. Usually I have to, call in.
Yeah. No, I like that you're here now. We can have a little bit more of a conversation, a little bit more of a back and forth. And we're helping Terry out here. She's Hits 96 listener. She wrote in. She's basically asking what your recommendation is when it comes to moving in with your partner. Mm-hmm. She's been in the relationship for almost about 2 years now. They've kind of hinted towards it, talked about it a little bit. Nobody's made that real big move. She wants to do it, but is she rushing? What's your recommendation when it comes to moving in with your partner?
Yeah, and again, Terry, thanks so much for writing this in. I think that whenever you are considering moving in with your partner, it doesn't need to be something that's rushed, and it doesn't need to be something that's done out of necessity. And a lot of people do the second.
Yeah.
Hey, like it'd be better for our finances, or my lease is almost up, blah, 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 blah. But if you are actually at a spot where the relationship is healthy, it's strong, you guys have got on the same page about what your expectations and boundaries and standards and all of that stuff is clicking along, I think 2 years is more than enough time to have been with somebody to make that decision and it be something that makes sense for the relationship. So I'm a huge advocate at 2 years. I actually say 1 year, you can pretty much tell.
Okay.
But definitely, Terry, at 2 years, I think that you are in a really good spot to be making that decision. And anybody else that's considering moving in with a partner, someone that they've been dating for a while, at least give it a year. I really think that amount of time is required for you to see the person for who they really are. I know I've seen a lot of people who get, into slowly moving in. They bring some things over, and before you know it, you're living with somebody, and that is one of the fastest ways of putting too much pressure or strain on the relationship before it's even necessary. So, Terry, 2 years, you have got my blessing on that one. I think that would be a really good time frame for most people, honestly. So you're doing it right, and I sign off on that for sure.
Yeah, I thought 2 years that was my gut reaction too. 2 years, I think, is long enough. I always kind of put myself in my own relationships and things. After 2 years of knowing someone, I feel like you can go through enough of life, you experience enough of life in 2 full years to see someone at their worst, see someone at their best, and the whole roller coaster in between. So I thought 2 years, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, it seems like the next logical step, and this might even not be the most popular opinion, especially down here in the South, but I think that you need to be moving in with the person before you propose or engage, or at least be proposing and moving in, but like not waiting for marriage to move in. So if you're thinking about marriage, this, in my opinion, is the next logical step. And again, one of the reasons I advocate for doing this. So do that. And I think you're on a good path for sure.
That was actually going to be my next question, just to throw you a left turn there. Because I thought, what do you recommend when it comes to, obviously, if you're going to be marrying someone, to move in with them? So moving in beforehand, as far as you're concerned, that's a go.
Well, to piggyback off what you're saying, like it's enough time for you to see who that person is. I think you need to move in with somebody because there's this unplugging of your partner you're able to do when you're not living with them. Like, hey, okay, I'm sleeping by myself, or I've got all this home time. Like you don't see me every single day. You're not who I come home to every single day. If I'm having a good day, a bad day, if I'm feeling lazy, like you don't get to see all my bad habits. If I'm really, really messy, or if I'm, just all the little intricacies, little nuances that you learn from really living with somebody. I think it's really, really important that you do that before you get married. So.
And both people obviously should agree to it as
yes,
well.
100%, yes.
That goes out there saying, but you never know. Terry, thank you so much for writing in. You out there listening, if you have a question for Brock, send me an email. We'll get it on the air. That's Gino, Gino, at WDODradio.com. Of course, we'll link up on Facebook and our Instagram. And for more info on Brock, you can go to brockolson.com, Chattanooga-based dating expert for coaching when it comes to dating, speed dating, and so much more. You kind of offer it all, Brock, don't you?
I certainly do. Yeah.
Well, appreciate you coming in, dropping by the studio for a nice little session here of Let's Talk Dating, and we'll have to do this more often. How about that?
I'd love that. Let's do it again.
All right. It's Hits 96, Chattanooga's #1 hit music station.